ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਲਬਰਟਾ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਜੇਸਨ ਕੈਨੀ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਿਹਤ ਪ੍ਰਣਾਲੀ ਦੀ ਸਮਰੱਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਨਾਜ਼ੁਕ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਦੇ ਬੈੱਡ ਦੇ ਯਤਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸਨੇ ਘੋਸ਼ਣਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ 50 ਵਾਅਦੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਨਵੇਂ ICU ਬੈੱਡਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 19 ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਂਤਿਕ ਸਿਹਤ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜੈਸਿਨ ਕੋਪਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਲਬਰਟਾ ਹੈਲਥ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨੁਮਾਇੰਦੇ ਗ੍ਰੇਗਰੀ ਟਰਨਬੁਲ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ।
Now that is why in this year's budget, Alberta's government announced an additional $300 million over 3 years to open and fully staff 50 new ICU beds in hospitals across the province. That's part of our $1.9 billion increase in the baseline budget for healthcare in Alberta. And that's on top of the billions of dollars of contingency funding that we gave to our hospitals and health system to cope with COVID. This commitment to meaningfully increase capacity is a big boost to Alberta's health system and part of our promise to add more permanent beds, more staff, and more resiliency so that surge capacity doesn't have to be added during high demand times such as pandemic waves or annual flu seasons, when more people typically head to hospital. I'm very pleased to announce today that we have already opened 19 of those 50 additional permanent ICU beds in the Alberta healthcare system, so we're already making meaningful progress. These beds are staffed with new registered nurses, healthcare aides, unit clerks, respiratory therapists, and other allied health professionals who will keep those beds open when needed. And when demand and pressure slows down, there's flexibility to redeploy staff to other areas where needs for care and treatment are higher. We're building a flexible, resilient health system that can expand and contract based on community needs and demand, a system that'll be better prepared for any health emergencies that we might face in the future. You are the bedrock of our health system and have dedicated your lives to protect the lives of Albertans. And that was especially true during the 2 tough years of COVID-19 in our province and around the world. Now, one thing that we learned in COVID is that the Canadian healthcare system does not have adequate capacity, period, full stop. And we learned in Alberta that that was especially true. When our government took office in the spring of 2019, Alberta had the second highest healthcare expenditures in Canada on a per capita basis. And for a long time, for many, many years, we had been the most or second most expensive health system in the country. And yet, at the same time, we had the lowest per capita number of ICU beds available in the country. So the second most expensive system with the lowest number of ICU beds. That did not serve us well through the COVID crisis, because during various peaks, we were at risk of running out of ICU capacity. We had to pause and delay surgeries in order to create the surge capacity that we needed to provide critical care to COVID-19 patients at hospitals like this across the province. So there's something profoundly wrong with one of the most expensive systems in the world having such a low number of available ICU beds. The situation we inherited in 2019 and which we ended up taking into COVID a year later in the spring of 2020.
सूफी सम्मत खान जी विश्व प्रसिद्ध लुधियाना वाले कॉल या व्हाट्सएप करो +91 98786 78679। समस्या तुहाडी समाधान साडा, इधर उधर ना पटको। सब तो पहला काम करन दा वादा। लव मैरिज, प्यार च धोखा, ਵਿਆਹ 'ਚ ਰੁਕਾਵਟ, ਸੌਤਨ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਤੋਂ ਛੁਟਕਾਰਾ, ਪਤੀ ਪਤਨੀ ਚ ਅਣਬਣ, ਘਰੇਲੂ ਕਲੇਸ਼, ਨੌਕਰੀ ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰ, ਵਸ਼ੀਕਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਾਂ ਤੁੜਵਾਣਾ, ਕੀਤਾ ਕਰਾਇਆ, ਲਾਟਰੀ, ਅਚਾਨਕ ਧਨ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ, ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ 'ਚ ਪੱਕਾ ਹੋਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੁਕਾਵਟਾਂ, ਕੋਰਟ ਕਚਹਿਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਛੁਟਕਾਰਾ। Once call Sufi Samad Khan ji and get solution to all your problems. Call या WhatsApp करो +91 98786 78679।